Hi guys, it's Sam from Creatively Sam's, and today I've made a wreath for the door that's primarily yellows just to cheer things up. You want to see how I did this? Stay tuned. It's coming up next. I thought I'd try something a little different this time. I got out my grapevine wreath, which is pretty much a staple for me. But I decided to get out some greenery. And I've got that. And these. And these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this away from the stem, and I'm going to start with the big ones, and I'm going to put them in and around and use that as a base instead of ribbon. Okay, I cut all of the stems off of the bushes, and it was like this. So I cut this in half, and this is going to be more of a filler where this is going to be a detail. So I'm just going to go with all of the filler all the way around. Okay, I just spaced these evenly around, and now for the smaller part that actually looks a little more pointed, I'm going to tuck that in between, and that gives a little more detail, and I'm putting it in front so it's more visible. And like I've shown you before, I don't glue on my wreaths, mainly because I don't have the room to store them, and I can't afford to keep going out and buying them. So I just tuck all of my greenery and my flowers down in between the grapevine, and the grapevine will hold it real tight. And you can see how it will stay on there. Okay, I'm going to finish filling this out, and then I'm going to decide what flowers I want to use. Well, I decided that I wanted yellow. I want bright, sunshiny, happy colors. So from my my haul, there's the freesia, and there's the narcissus, and then I'm going to add some white hydrangeas in there. And I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to add any other colors. These are so bright and happy that I think I'm just going to stick with these, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do is the usual, cut these apart, and then I'm going to be tucking these in. Okay, I've got them all cut and separated, and I'm going to start with these because they're longer, and I've got 5, so I'm going to do them in a star shape. Then I'm going to start in with these, and then I'll finish off with the white. But like I said, a star shape. I'm going to take the smallest one. Of course, they're all pretty much the same. I'm going to put that in the top, and then we'll finish the star shape. Okay, I've got all the yellow in the star shape, and now I'm going to start in on the ones with the orange. And I'm just going to put that in and around just to break up the yellow. Okay, I filled in between the yellow, and now I'm going to do the white. Now, these are tiny, and I don't know if I'm going to bunch them together or not. I'm going to see how they look spaced out, and then if they need to be thickened up, then I'll do it. Well, I didn't need to bunch those white hydrangeas up at all. That white was just enough of a pop to show up on its own without having to cluster it. It needs something, and I don't know for sure what I want to put there. And I'll be back. Well, I found this piece of wood in my stash, and it's already got holes in it for hanging. So I'm going to paint this a nice bright sunshiny yellow. And this one's called Pineapple. And I will put a message on there. It's probably going to be welcome. Okay, I used 2 coats of the paint on that, and I'm using a gold Sharpie to write the welcome on there. And I could have used stickers, and I could have used stencil, but I didn't. Okay, now I've got out my fishing line. And I'm just going to feed it through the holes, says here. Okay, I've got the fishing line through, and I have the ends towards the back. And I have to decide where I want this. Okay, I'm just going to tie a knot. And give it another tie just to make sure it stays where it's supposed to. Cut off the excess. And the knot's in the back. And now I'm just going to tuck this around a few flowers. And this is ready to be hung on my door and bring a little sunshine and joy. So if you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and happy creating, everyone.